Hello, good afternoon. I'm going to tell you a story. In fact, I'm going to tell you the first story, two stories. The first one will be about 6/7 minutes. I have to find the right egg timer, because, several aren't working at the moment. So, with the egg timer, I should be able to keep within. Are you sure? Maybe it's the metal in the egg timer. So, with this experiment, I'm estimating around 15 minutes. And with the egg timer, the first story, Act 1 to Act 6, will last 7 minutes, hopefully precisely. In that time, I'm going to narrate 6 acts, two-dimensional form here, papers and documents there, and then with the slide, visual narration. Egg timer rings. Act 7 will be continued here with James, a lawyer, and Lorraine, quasi/stenographer, notary, someone on the side who's making the notes in, I guess, an attempt to kind of write down as much as possible. But it will start now, I hope. Okay. So, 7 minutes. Starts here, the story starts here. Egg timer, one location, the Lake District, Northern England. Wonderful day out. I'm with my family, my mum, my dad, my brothers. Pencil Museum. This slide's been used for 2.5 years, and I'm sorry I didn't use an original, used a duplicate. Now the duplicate's here, and now it's beat away. You can see here, it's going yellow. It's overdone, this one story at the Pencil Museum. The Pencil Museum, a wonderful museum, a museum of pencils, of lines, shapes, colours and forms. A wonderful museum in the middle of nowhere, middle of England, in the Lake District. It's a wonderful day out. And then Kirkschwitter's house in Ambleside, a small little dusty museum. I come in, the first visit near my mum, and someone says, "Hello, love, cup of tea." I'm the first visitor for perhaps days, weeks, no idea. I'm in this lovely little house of Kirkschwitter's, and afterwards my dad says, "Tris, restaurant, Chinese." Sure, why not? And there we are, we're sitting in the Chinese restaurant, and all of a sudden it goes to Henri Chopin. He says to me, "You know what, Tris, you're 22 years old, and you know all this junk, all this crap, you've got all these boxes and stuff in the home in Essex, get rid of it." I said, "Okay, it's no problem. But out of all the places, why am I born in Southend-on-Sea in Essex?" He says, "Tris, if you want to know why you're born there, that particular placement of your birth, this is the man you've got to ask." "Who?" "Henri Chopin." "Oh, what do you mean Henri Chopin?" He said, "Tris, the man responsible is this man here, Henri Chopin." I said, "Wait a minute, how does it make sense?" He said, "Tris, that's the clue." I said, "Fine, give me your clause." He said, "The clause is this. He's 82 years old, lives in Paris, and loves quail eggs. Bon voyage, good luck." I said, "Great, he said, "Tris, you can search. Before you go, all your junk, all this crap, all these things, before you go searching for quail eggs, all this stuff you've got, boxes here, all of them in your home, get rid of it, sell it, archive it, they're at midday, try putting into it. Figure again, Act 1, Lake District, Act 2, now, you can see here, objects here, stagnant, static objects, and now Act 2, objects. Photograph again, Velvia film, tripod into it, photograph, A to Z, photograph every job as fast as I can, one after the photograph, digital, A to Z, translation, from solid state to material, photographs, A to Z, and then correlation, photo moments, Buildac, Kodak, everything, there, line shapes and forms, and then photograph as fast as I can, again, photograph, and translate, and it's going well. I'm compressing from dimension now for 3 to 2 to 1, and it's going well until one day I find a box full of photographs. And wait a minute, I can't photograph photographs. I can't take a photograph and translate A to Z and put in an archive. Act 3, full part. So I decided, pack my bags, my scarf, I prepared for Germany. And there I am. I'm 22 years old, I'm going out to Germany. Essex to Germany to Leipzig. And the day I move out, the 21st of March, 2005. I fly out, and the day I leave, this is published. It says Papierstau, in German, paper jam. It says it will take 375 years to piece together every line, shape, colour, form, every little detail from the Stasi, the secret German police. 375 years, it's absurd. 31 people today in Nuremberg doing it, in Zerndorf. And there I am, ready to go, in Leipzig. I fly out, mustard relish. Left, right, left calendars, right photographs, and I'm there. Lock myself there, calendars, photographs, 1 month, April Fools, May Day, Remembrance. I'm stuck there here. You can see tweezers, Pritt sticks, Act 1, 2, 3, and now 4, out of breath, ticking away. Running out of time, got to keep on going. Recycling, I knew one thing, the Germans were wonderful recyclers. Here in Scotland, where I was living at the time, nothing. And now here in Leipzig, Plattenbau, my little room there, windows open, shoes aren't used, trousers aren't used, left there, collated. April, May, June, calendars, April the beginning, and then May. Van Gogh. I get a Van Gogh calendar, fantastic, and there it is. Van Gogh in 1888 writes to his brother, he says, "Dear Theo, I want to paint solitude. I want every line, every shape, every colour, every form." His brother writes back and says, "Dear bro, you're going to go local, man. You can't go and paint solitude." He said, "Yes, dear brother, I can paint solitude every line." He said, "No, dear brother, you can't." He says, "I can. Look, 3 exits in the Van Gogh of 1888. Door, windows. Windows shut, door to the left, door to the right, door to the left, chair, door to the right, bed." Pictorially, he achieves it. And I think to myself, but that's fine. 1 month solitude, train as fast as I can until my bags, mustard relish, and then packed, finished, until one day, Act 3 is over. My hand shredder's broken. My hand shredder that should be there, on that table there, which is now gone. It's broken. I'm straight as fast as I can on my photographs, and then it breaks, bang. But that's fine. 1989, the wall's going to fall. Stasi, say, "Shit's moving fast. Let's shredding. And then bang, the shredder's breaking. They shit, what do we do? Stasi calls here in Berlin, Lichtenberg. Too many fast, and they're shredding. And then they say, "No, we can't. Must burn it. It's the safest way. Burn the firewood. You can only burn the fast." And they're burning, and smoke in the air, and everyone in the air, and the pillars, and everyone's saying, in East Germany, "Why is there systematic smoke all over East Germany? Revolution friendly." And then they storm in, and I say, "Stasi Museum. That's all I've got left now for this story. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and Act 4. I'm ready, just about. Newspaper's done. I've translated all my photographs, shredded, calendars, A to Z, and now, back to the restaurant. Henri Chopin, tick, tick, tick. It's going to run away very quickly. And Dad says, "Go quick now." It says, "Tris, you can search Bon Voyage." Henri Chopin's born in 1922. June, my last calendar. Picasso paints at 1922. Collating as fast as I can, and now I'm ready to go. I pack my bags. June, and now, and again. But the projector's too slow, I'm not going to finish it anyway. And then the Nazis arrive. Mayday, they remember. And then, straight as fast as I can, Nazis arrive and pack bags, go to Paris with bad French. Focus, and then please change me now, but it's irrelevant. Please there and done. And now, Act 4, had to start in one moment. Double defense. And now you can see 1, 2, 3, calendars collated, translation A to Z, and now I'm ready. Like a flaneur lost and found, out of time, out of breath, and now in Paris, every day. Est-ce que vous avez le souffle de caille, with bad French, lines, shapes, kinds of forms, photograph, archives, museums, nothing verification. Moment to Henri Chopin say, Henri Chopin, je dois poser une question, s'il vous plaît, avec mauvais anglais or français. And no, it never happened. And every day, 7 minutes, having away, as fast as I can. My feet started to swell, my hands started to bleed. I'm running out of my breath and I can't be doing it. Next time there's broken nose, that's okay, it's fine. And I'm running as fast as I can until I lose the plot. Ball runs away, like Humpty Dumpty on the wall, and he falls and cracks. But that's fine, because as they say, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put all the shards back together again. It takes 375 years, perhaps. And that's where the story ended, just about in the Parisian wall here, and now here, with a handshake. And now the handshake's going to start here in about, I would say, 2 minutes to finish the story. Act 5, back to start. Temple Knights. Temple, Humpty Dumpty, on the wall, cracks, on Chopin. But I'm still searching 2 years, and I'm failing, I'm searching until I return to my flat. Act 5, decanting, getting my little quail eggs, needles, Pritt sticks, and now blowing out every single egg until it rings, but I ignore that always. It's broken anyway, never worked in the first place. And now you can see the needle here, and then blowing out every time it goes, blowing out the eggs. Selectivity, I had 48 in total. I had to blow it as fast as I can, blow it out until I've got, as I called it, with Mauvais Français, my object d'art by St. Paul's Cathedral, Temple Knights, Holy Grail, Martha, the Holy Grail, the Holy Grail, and then the eggs are done. Back to the conversation, Lake District, Kirchfried's Collage Obsession, and then my dad says, Chinese restaurant, you can search but you can't find him, that's fine. So, Act 6, out of breath, time is gone. 1 more minute to finish off, and then Act 7, that's start now. I write to a man called Christoph in Norwich, I say, "Christoph, can you help me? I've been searching for Henri Chopin, I can't meet him, can you give him a present? Can you give him 24 eggs? He says, "Not a problem, come to Norfolk, bring him chocolate eggs, candles, left, right, photographs." And then I told him the story. Christoph said to me, "Not a problem, Tris, I can do it. Here it is. The conversation at the table, a chocolate, a delicacy, an egg timer." He said, "Are you in a hurry?" I said, "I've been searching for 2.5 years, but it's fine. The objects are yours now, to continue. The egg timer's already rang, it's not a problem. Act 7 starts here." Could you pass me the egg timer, please? Thank you. So I guess we could say that was about 7 minutes. No, say it's 8, so we say now we do another 7 minutes to finish the 7th act. Okay, so just to recap, Act 1 to Act 6 manifested here, plus the 80 slides. Completed the task, and now the last act, Act 7. It was all going well until I passed the eggs on to this man, this curator. He said, "I'll give it to Henri Chopin." But then the problem was, he never did it. And the second thing was December the 1st. I had all these objects on a table in a dark room like here, but a lot smaller. And one day, December the 1st, I returned, and they were gone, stolen, disappeared. Act 7 starts here. So this is where I am, trying to tell this story again without the objects, with slides, out of breath. And hopefully I can find a way to resolve this without actually being sued for sabotage or intention to sabotage other institutions' reputation. So, yeah. So that's the story, James. So that's how it kind of would normally work with these things. So
Okay.
you've probably got some questions.
The objects here.
Yeah.
These are not the objects.
These are surrogate objects.
Right.
See, the objects that were stolen are more or less identical to these objects, but I had to then trace them all and return to the journeys and get more or less the same ones.
So you kind of replaced the ones that you had taken.
They're replacements, yeah.
Right. And what exactly happened when the objects were taken? Do you want to tell the story of exactly what happened?
Well, after they were stolen, is that meant to be good? After they were stolen, I never told the story again. This is the first time I've actually attempted to reconstruct the story in this.
And where were they stolen from?
I guess an unnamed institution.
Right. From another gallery?
No,
Or
institution.
just
No,
they were being exhibited?
they were being exhibited. They were stolen from this institution.
How do you know they were stolen?
Well, by chance, I was traveling through Europe and I popped in, and at the time when I was coming in, I entered the space and the projector was still running. A young lady was sitting here and she was watching the slides, and I asked her what's happened to the work, and she said she didn't know. At that point, I realized it was gone. I went to the security, I said, where's the work? And they claimed it was moved for rehearsals. So,
And did they know when it was taken, or?
they didn't even know. I think for 2 days it had been stolen, and the exhibition was still open to the public, and they didn't even realize it was because these. And when the first time a pen was stolen, the security guard said to me, "You can have my pen." When I told him it was gone, he just laughed it off. So,
And they were stolen about a year ago, is that right?
yeah, a year
Just
ago.
coming up for a year.
Yeah, almost exactly. Yeah.
And so what have you done since then to try and make good on these objects being taken?
Well, at first I was hoping, for compensation, police report, etc., etc. It didn't actually happen, and now I'm hoping now to reconstruct it by telling the story again and again and again. But unfortunately, I can't tell the story like this. So now this is the new story, which is Act 7, and that's the new attempt.
And of the institution where they went missing from, have they acknowledged that it was their fault or that they went missing?
No, nothing.
And have they ever apologised for them going missing?
No.
And how do we know you didn't take them?
I didn't steal myself. What, to tell the story again? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem.
Because if I was the institution, I'd say, well, hang on a second. You're saying these things have gone missing, but now I can tell this new story, and I have this sort of birth of a new idea that comes from the loss of my objects.
Yeah, but see, I would actually much rather have the original story before it was butchered, taken apart, stolen, and now this reconstruction, of course, it's doable, but to be honest, that's the issue. That, of course, when it was stolen, they just thought, it's just trying to tell a new story, or, these objects have very little monetary value, so perhaps it's just to get a bit of cash. So there was no police report, though.
Right. Why not?
I don't know. I told the security, I assumed that they would call the police,
Okay. And what exactly do you want? What is it you want? Do you want money? Do you want an apology?
I'd like to find a way to hold on to the story, but to reconstruct it without actually having to go through the task of saying, for example, saying this is a bit of revenge, this institution, or this is a bit of money, a couple grand. I'd like to find a way to conserve the story before I've forgotten the story, and reconstruct it to make it slightly tangible.
Because if you look at the objects in terms of what they're worth, in terms of money, it's probably not very much money at all. But they have a worth to you that is above and beyond just a monetary value. I mean, you could go and buy the quail egg box with some quail eggs for probably a few pounds or something. Yeah. But to you, it's probably worth more. But if you were to try and recover your loss, you probably wouldn't necessarily get what it was worth to you. You would get what it would cost to replace them.
Yeah.
And you were saying they could never be replaced. So even if you did, whether sue or take some form of action against whoever it was that took them or was responsible for them going missing, would you ever really be in a position where you would be wholly restored and you'd be able to go back to your original act without it being sort of made impure by the fact that they were taken?
Yeah, I think...
Unless you actually catch the person who did it and recover the original objects.
Which is going to be impossible.
Which is going to be impossible.
Yeah. Well, this is This is the first time I've actually tried to do this, to reconstruct the work, which is, you know, why you both are here, why we're doing this. But I don't know, I mean, I don't think it is going to be attainable to reconstruct it, but at the same time, I didn't want to just have a work that was made in pursuit of something and then it was gone and I just leave it like that. And I don't really want to have some kind of petty kind of little case where I'm saying, I made these objects, they were stolen, yes, not fact, fiction, and then let me sue the institution. I don't want to go around that way. I'd like to find a way to actually to deal with these objects with a performative value. You know, I know I could, in theory, go back and get all these again, but I'm not too sure my interest lies there anymore. But yeah, I guess that's the story of Act 1 to Act 6 in about 7 minutes, and now Act 7 about to finish. But if there's any other questions, I mean...
Well, I think what you need to do is I think you need to understand that you won't be able to actually recover the objects, and so you need to decide in your mind whether it's worth trying to pursue these people for it, because it will cost you something to do it, and what you get back from them may not ever equal what you feel you've lost. So you have to think very carefully whether it's really worth doing it. And so whether or not you need to sort of go back to square one to come up with a new act that's not, if you like, made impure by the events that have happened in the past.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.